Hi everyone, welcome back. In today's video, you'll listen to a natural English conversation between two people talking about their daily routines. This will help you improve your listening skills and learn how real people speak. Let's get started.
You ever notice how mornings don't start with the alarm, but with whatever your brain decides to throw at you first? Mine started with a dream where my neighbor's cat was my landlord.
That's oddly specific. What'd the cat charge for rent?
Sardines. But the annoying part is, I woke up at 5:47. Like my brain knew I set the alarm for 6 and wanted to rob me of those last precious minutes.
Oh, I live in those stolen minutes. I set my alarm at 6:30, but I get up at 7:15. My whole routine is built on the lie of just 5 more minutes.
Doesn't that wreck your day?
Oddly, no. I've mastered the art of doing things wrong, but fast. I brush my teeth while boiling eggs. I shave while the coffee drips. My life is a relay race.
Meanwhile, I drag everything out. I even talk to my plants while brushing my teeth. Each has a personality. Fern's dramatic, Ivy's clingy. Don't get me started on basil.
So you start your day negotiating with greenery. I start mine negotiating with clocks. Sounds like a sitcom.
What about breakfast?
I eat 2 boiled eggs standing up, never sitting. Sitting feels like an indulgence before work.
Standing breakfast? Like you're about to run out the door.
Exactly. And you?
I make toast I never finish. I like the smell of toast more than eating it. My counter is a graveyard of half-eaten slices.
That's strangely poetic. Like you're making offerings to some unseen god of wheat.
Or I'm just bad at breakfast commitment.
What about your commute?
I walk 40 minutes. I count cracked tiles as I go, like tally marks. It's less about the walk and more about keeping score with the sidewalk.
That's a ritual. I take the train, but I only ever stand on the left side of the car. Feels wrong otherwise, like the universe tilts if I move.
I get that. I can't step on drains. They feel like secret entrances I don't want to fall through.
So your whole day begins with avoiding portals.
Pretty much. By the time I reach the office, I've already survived a small adventure.
Meanwhile, my adventure is just surviving the crowd. You learn a lot from how people fight for seats. Some clutch their bags like shields, others stand with monk-like calm.
And you?
I pretend I'm invisible. If no one notices me, I win.
That sounds lonely.
It's safer. Being noticed means someone might talk to you before coffee. That's dangerous.
Speaking of coffee, mine's ridiculous. I make it at work with this little ritual, 3 stirs clockwise, 1 counterclockwise. If I mess it up, I swear the day unravels.
Superstition much?
Maybe, but every job has invisible threads holding it together. Mine just happens to be coffee stir patterns.
My invisible thread is email subject lines. I can't hit send unless I rephrase the subject at least twice. Feels like I'm adjusting fate.
Funny, right? People think daily routines are boring, but they're full of these little hidden negotiations. Like, I never eat lunch inside. I'll sit on a curb if I have to. Walls feel too heavy at noon.
I, on the other hand, only eat lunch at my desk. Leaving feels like betrayal. Like the screen might forget me if I walk away.
That's not loyalty, that's captivity.
Maybe both.
Then after work.
Straight home, I drop my bag in the exact same spot like I'm hitting a reset button. Then I put on the kettle. Even if I don't want tea, the whistle's proof the day can end.
That's oddly beautiful. I don't go home right away. I wander bookstores I can't afford, tracing spines with my finger. It feels like stealing stories without actually stealing.
That's more beautiful. I should borrow that.
You can. Just don't touch the fantasy shelf. That's mine.
Duly noted. Nights for me are Netflix, always with subtitles, even in English. The silence between words scares me otherwise.
Silence scares you?
More than noise. Noise explains itself. Silence leaves questions.
That's funny because I end my nights in silence. No music, no lights, no screens. Just me lying there, cataloging the day like it's a museum exhibit.
Doesn't that get heavy?
It does, but it also makes the next morning feel lighter, like I've shelved yesterday properly.
Maybe that's what routines really are. Shelving systems for chaos.
Exactly. Little anchors we throw into the storm.
And maybe all these quirks, toast graves, phantom cats, and visible train rules, they're not out at all. They're survival tactics.
Or proof we're alive.
Yeah, proof we're still here.
You know, I realized my mornings start with a lie. I set 3 alarms, but I never intend to wake up at the first one. I just like knowing future me will have to suffer.
You sabotage yourself on purpose?
Kind of. The first alarm is a decoy, the second is a warning, and the third, well, that one I actually obey. It feels like I've outsmarted someone, even if it's just me.
It's brilliant. I do the opposite. I only set 1 alarm, but I put my phone on the bookshelf across the room. If I don't physically stumble out of bed like a drunk zombie, I'll never wake up.
See, I just roll over and go back to sleep on the floor.
Fair. But once I'm up, I need silence. No music, no podcasts, just the sound of the kettle. That whistle is my morning anthem.
Silence? No way. I start blasting jazz before I even brush my teeth. It's like bribing my brain. See, life is fun. Don't go to bed.
Jazz at 6 a.m.? Your neighbors must adore you.
They do, or they suffer quietly, which works for me. Anyway, after that, I water my cactus. I know it doesn't need daily watering, but I do it anyway. It's more about the ritual than the plant.
You're going to drown it.
Maybe it likes the attention.
My version of that is I always leave 1 cup unwashed in the sink. Doesn't matter how clean the kitchen is, 1 cup stays. It's proof I exist.
That's kind of haunting.
Or grounding. A clean sink feels sterile, like a hotel room. That cup says, someone lived here.
I guess my half-eaten toast does the same thing. Every morning, I make 2 slices and only finish 1. It's not waste, it's evidence.
Evidence of what?
That I was too busy thinking about my day to finish breakfast. Or that I'm human.
I get that. My commute is the same way. I always stand in the same spot on the train. Left side, 3rd door. If someone else takes it, the whole day feels crooked.
I walk to work, 40 minutes. I count the cracks in the sidewalk. If I lose count, I start over. Sometimes I arrive at the office at crack number 412.
That sounds like a secret code.
Maybe it is, like the streets keeping score of me.
My train keeps score too. I watch faces. There's this guy who always eats an apple with a knife like he's camping, and a woman who knits while standing. They're my unofficial coworkers.
See, that's comforting. My coworkers are my actual coworkers, not as charming.
How's your office routine?
Coffee first, 3 stirs clockwise, 1 counterclockwise. Don't ask me why. It feels like I'm locking the day in place.
I obsess over email subject lines. I rewrite them at least twice before sending, even if it's just report attached, like I'm negotiating with fate through phrasing.
That's exactly it. Tiny negotiations. I always eat lunch outside, even in winter. Sitting under fluorescent lights at noon makes me feel like I'm being pickled.
I never leave my desk. If I do, I'm afraid the work will multiply while I'm gone.
That's not productivity, that's captivity.
Maybe both, but when 5 o'clock hits, I don't linger. Straight home, kettle on, bag in the exact same spot on the floor. That bag is like a reset button.
I delay going home, bookstores mostly. I run my fingers along the spines like I'm stealing stories without actually buying them.
That's beautiful. My version is, I always put subtitles on when I watch shows, even if they're in English. The silence between words feels dangerous otherwise.
Dangerous how?
Like silence is waiting to accuse me of something.
That's heavy. I crave silence at night. No screens, no noise. I lie there and catalog the day, like filing documents in my brain's cabinet.
Doesn't that get exhausting?
Sure, but it makes the next morning lighter, like I shelved yesterday properly.
Maybe routines are just shelving systems for chaos.
Yes, tiny anchors we throw into the storm.
And maybe all these weird rituals, the cactus watering, the lone cup, the toast, the sidewalk cracks, they're not quirks. They're survival tactics.
Or proof we're alive.
Proof we're still here.
Exactly.
Funny, people think daily life is boring, but if you really listen, it's full of secret codes and private rituals.
Maybe that's why we cling to them, because they're the only part of life we get to write ourselves.
You know how most people start their day with coffee? I start mine with a glass of pickle juice.
Pickle juice? As in straight from the jar?
Yup, cold, sour, face-scrunching pickle juice. Wakes me up better than caffeine ever could.
That sounds illegal.
Probably, but it feels like flipping a switch. My mom used to say it shocks the soul awake. And then only after that, I brush my teeth.
So your first thought every morning is, where's the pickle jar?
Exactly. What about you?
I can't even open my eyes properly until I've touched the wall. I roll out of bed and press my palm flat against the wall like I'm checking if the house is still standing.
That's oddly tender. Like you're saying hello to the house.
Or making sure reality didn't collapse overnight.
That makes my pickle thing sound less weird.
Oh, trust me, we're both weird. After the wall touch, I stand in the kitchen staring at the kettle while it boils. I don't do anything else, just stare at it until it clicks off.
That's some deep meditation right there.
It's not Zen, it's obsession. If I walk away, I convince myself it'll boil over or explode, even though kettles don't do that.
I get it. I have the same rule with my toaster. I never leave bread unattended. Burnt toast ruins my whole day.
I don't even eat breakfast half the time.
Then what's the point of the kettle?
Oh, I make tea and then forget to drink it. I'll find a full mug at 10 p.m., cold and abandoned. It's like the ghost of my morning following me around.
My mornings follow me too. I narrate everything I do out loud like a radio host. Good morning, Speaker One. Today, you're spreading peanut butter unevenly again.
You talk to yourself?
Constantly. Otherwise, the silence feels too sharp.
I avoid talking. I barely speak before noon, even if someone tries to.
So if we lived together, I'd be rambling about peanut butter while you're silently glaring at your kettle.
Pretty much.
What about commuting?
I take the bus, but I always sit in the second seat on the left. Never the first. It feels too exposed. Never the third. It feels unlucky. Only the second.
You've assigned superstitions to bus seats?
Of course. Doesn't everyone?
I walk to work 45 minutes. I count dogs. Yesterday, I spotted 8, including one wearing sunglasses.
Counting dogs sounds nicer than memorizing strangers' shoes. That's what I do. I can't stop staring at people's shoes and imagining their lives from them.
What's my life then? Look at mine.
Scuffed sneakers with mismatched laces. You're practical but rebellious in small, harmless ways.
I'll take that.
At work, though, I'm a robot. I write reports, answer emails, but every hour I draw a tiny square on a sticky note. By the end of the day, I've got a mosaic.
That's art disguised as office supplies.
Or procrastination disguised as creativity.
My desk routine is worse. I line up pens by color, then deliberately mess them up just to fix them again. It's like a private puzzle.
Sounds like you need chaos to create order.
Maybe. Lunch?
Always at my desk. Same sandwich every day. Turkey and cheese. Predictability keeps me sane.
I can't eat the same thing twice in a row. I'll wander out and try the weirdest food truck in sight. Last week, I had a purple taco.
Purple?
Beet tortillas. Surprisingly good. Meanwhile, I'm terrified of change. My day falls apart if the sandwich shop is out of turkey. That says a lot about us. I chase novelty, you chase stability.
After work, I collapse at home. I always drop my keys in the same ceramic bowl. If I miss, I stop everything and fix it. Can't function otherwise.
I delay going home. I linger in bookstores. I touch the spines of books I don't buy. It feels like stealing fragments of other people's lives.
That's beautiful. My version of that is watching cooking shows I'll never replicate. Entire feasts made by strangers while I reheat noodles.
I do the opposite. I cook elaborate meals for one. Last night, I made a lasagna big enough for 10, ate a square, and froze the rest.
That's hope disguised as pasta.
Or loneliness disguised as productivity.
Nights are when my routines turn sad, I guess. I watch old sitcoms with subtitles, even in English. The silence between words feels accusing otherwise.
Silence doesn't accuse me. I crave it. I turn everything off, no phone, no music, and lie there cataloging the day. It's like shelving books in my head.
Doesn't that weigh you down?
It does, but it also frees tomorrow, like I've filed yesterday properly.
Maybe that's what routines really are. Filing systems for chaos.
Exactly. Anchors, proof we're still here.
And maybe all our little quirks, the pickle juice, the kettle, the sticky note squares, they're not weird at all.
They're survival tactics.
Or autobiographies written in rituals.
Or proof we're alive.
Yeah. Proof we're alive.
You know, I realized this morning that I've been brushing my teeth in the dark for months.
On purpose? Or did the light bulb just die and you adapted?
On purpose. I like hearing the sound of the brush without the distraction of the mirror. It feels primitive, almost, like I'm the last person alive still doing hygiene rituals.
That's oddly comforting. I do something similar. Every morning, before I even stand up, I press both my feet flat against the wall by my bed, just to remind myself the wall is still there.
That's not similar at all. That's stranger.
Stranger, yes, but also grounding. Otherwise, the day feels unanchored, like it'll slip away before I can hold it.
You treat walls like I treat coffee. I can't move until I smell it brewing. I don't even drink it sometimes. I just need the scent, the proof of warmth.
Do you at least pour it?
Always. Half cups, abandoned everywhere. Kitchen counter, studio desk, even by the bathtub once. It's like I'm scattering offerings to the gods of productivity.
You scatter journals the same way. I keep 5 different notebooks, each for a different kind of thought, but I never remember which is which. So the pages are chaos. Recipes next to dream fragments, next to lists of books I'll never read.
That actually sounds like a portrait of your brain. Maybe that's the point. Your routine paints you.
And yours?
Mine sketches me. Literally. Before I open emails, I doodle something absurd. This morning, it was a snail wearing sneakers. If I skip it, I feel like my hand forgets it belongs to me.
That's brilliant. My coworkers would think I'd lost my mind if I admitted my ritual.
Try me.
At the archive, before I touch any documents, I whisper good morning to the boxes. I pick one at random, pat the cardboard, and say it like I mean it.
Your greeting history?
Exactly. If no one else acknowledges it, it feels tragic. Those papers outlast people, but what's the point if no one ever says hello?
That's not tragic. That's tender.
Tender or compulsive? Can't decide.
Well, I compulsively overwater my plants, so we're even. Fern and Milo, yes, I name them, probably drowned every week.
Fern and Milo. What do you say to them?
Everything. They've heard more confessions than most humans. This morning, I admitted I sometimes eat cereal just to hit of the crunch, not because I'm hungry.
Sound over sustenance. I get that. At night, I pour a glass of water I never drink. It sits on my nightstand like a promise I'll make it to morning.
Do you dump it the next day?
Always. New glass, new promise.
There's something poetic about that. Like every morning you erase yesterday's survival contract and sign a new one.
Survival contract. Yes, that's what routines are, aren't they?
Contracts with ourselves.
Except mine include ridiculous clauses. Article 7, no emails before doodles. Article 12, toast must be burned to the color of approaching disaster.
You burn your toast on purpose?
Charcoal black. My mother says it'll kill me, but I like the bitterness. Reminds me I can taste extremes.
I chew ice cubes for the same reason. It's loud, inconvenient, and a little self-destructive, but it proves my teeth are still mine. We're both negotiating with existence in absurd ways.
Better than ignoring it. Most people pretend their days are normal. I think normal is just the camouflage we wear.
And under it, we're all brushing our teeth in the dark or greeting boxes.
Exactly, which makes me wonder, if someone overheard us right now, they'd probably think we're eccentric.
They'd be right, but maybe eccentricity is just honesty.
Or desperation.
No, desperation feels frantic. Our routines are calmer than that, more like secret prayers.
Yes, and if you skip one?
The whole day skews. I skipped doodling once and I spilled ink on a client's final draft. I'm convinced it was cosmic punishment.
I skipped greeting the boxes once. That night, a pipe burst in the storage room. Coincidence? Maybe, but I never dared test it again.
Quietly. Maybe we invent these rituals to give shape to chance.
To trick chaos into thinking we're paying attention.
And maybe we are. Paying attention is rare these days.
True. But tell me, when does your day finally end?
When I put my phone in the freezer.
Excuse me?
You heard me. Not always, but often. It's the only way I won't keep scrolling at 1 a.m. I wrap it in a towel and bury it behind the peas. Out of sight, out of mind.
That's genius and ridiculous.
Both can be true. What about you?
I end the day with a sentence. I keep a pad by my bed and write exactly one line. Could be, the ceiling paint looks tired, or I still miss her laugh. Then I stop. No editing, no second sentence.
One truth per night. That's beautiful.
It feels like pinning a butterfly. Fragile, but undeniable.
Do you ever read them back?
Rarely. I'm afraid they'll accuse me of something.
Maybe that's why I freeze my phone, so my tomorrow self can't accuse me of wasting hours.
And then our routines aren't just for survival. They're for forgiveness.
Forgiving ourselves for needing anchors at all.
Exactly.
Funny how daily life sounds boring from the outside, but inside it's all rituals, bargains, and little poems.
Maybe that's the secret. Life isn't extraordinary events. It's extraordinary repetitions.
And the courage to admit them out loud. You ever think about how much of our lives are just rituals we invent for ourselves?
Constantly. My whole morning is a performance no one sees.
Same. I start by staring at the ceiling for 10 minutes, not meditating, not planning, just staring. Like I need to prove to the day that I exist first.
Mine's worse. I open my eyes and immediately press my palm against the floor. Cold floor means I'm alive. Warm floor would mean something's wrong.
That's strangely poetic. I greet my cat before I brush my teeth. If I don't, I swear she sulks all day.
I live alone, so I greet my kettle instead. I stand there watching it boil like it's some ancient oracle.
Do you actually drink the tea?
Half the time I forget, but the whistle is enough. It's like a stamp saying, morning has begun.
For me, it's toast I never finish. I'll bite into it, then leave it behind like evidence of my attempt at adulthood.
I do that with mugs of tea. My apartment is a graveyard of half-sipped intentions.
I love that.
So what happens after your abandoned tea ritual? Commute, bus ride. I always sit in the third row on the left, aisle seat. If it's taken, I feel the universe mocking me.
I walk. 40 minutes, I count manhole covers. If I lose count, I have to start again. Sometimes I arrive at work knowing today is a 67 cover day.
That's incredible. My version of that is watching people's shoes on the bus. Boots with worn soles, sneakers too clean, like tiny biographies walking past me.
What would mine say?
Scuffed flats with ink stains. They'd say you're practical, but secretly reckless.
Not wrong. Work's the strangest part of my routine, though. I always sharpen a pencil before opening my emails. I don't even use pencils. I just like the smell of the shavings.
That's almost romantic. I draw tiny boxes on sticky notes, 1 per hour. By the end of the day, I've built a mosaic of wasted time.
So your job is basically office supply art.
Pretty much. What about lunch?
I never eat at my desk. I'll sit outside on the curb if I have to. Walls feel suffocating at noon.
I do the opposite. I never leave my desk. If I walk away, I'm convinced the work will multiply in my absence.
That's captivity disguised as commitment.
Probably. But after work, I reset. Bag dropped in the same corner, kettle on, even if I don't want tea. It's like telling my body, you've survived.
I avoid home. I drift into bookstores, touching spines like I'm stealing fragments of lives I'll never live.
That's beautiful. My version is watching cooking shows I'll never attempt. Whole feasts I know I'll never make. Just the comfort of someone else doing it.
I cook too much, actually. I make massive meals for one. Last week, a chili pot big enough for a family. I froze most of it.
That's hope disguised as food.
Or loneliness disguised as productivity.
Nights are where I unravel. I watch old sitcoms with subtitles, even in English. The silence between lines feels unbearable otherwise.
I do the opposite. I turn everything off. No screens, no music. I just lie there, cataloging the day, like filing documents into mental drawers.
Doesn't that weigh you down?
Sure, but it makes tomorrow lighter, like yesterday has been properly shelved.
Maybe that's what routines are, storage systems for chaos.
Yes, anchors we drop into the storm.
And all the quirks, the untouched toast, the sticky note mosaics, the kettle greetings, they're not weird, they're survival tactics. Or autobiographies in miniature. Softly, proof we're alive. Exactly, proof we're still here. Funny, people think daily routines are boring, but really, they're secret codes. Maybe that's why we cling to them, because they're the only part of life we actually write ourselves.
You know what I realized today? I always eat breakfast in reverse order.
Reverse order, as in dessert first?
Exactly. If I've got toast, fruit, and yogurt, I start with the sweetest, then the plainest, and finish with something bland. It feels like climbing back down a mountain after reaching the peak.
That's funny. I'm the opposite. I always save the best bite for last. like some kind of reward system.
Don't you get anxious? What if something interrupts you before you reach the best bite?
That's the thrill. Yesterday, I got a phone call right before my last forkful of lasagna. I had to hang up on my own mother just to protect the ritual.
Ruthless. My mornings are quieter, almost scripted. First, I check how the sunlight falls on my curtain. If it's bright enough to draw lines, I convince myself the day won't collapse.
That's oddly specific. I do something with light too. Before school, I stand by the fish tank and wait until the neon tetras dart into one corner together. I don't leave until it happens.
How long does that take?
Depends. Sometimes 3 seconds, sometimes 10 minutes. But if I don't wait, the whole day feels unblessed.
It's like you're asking for permission from fish.
Exactly. Tiny priests in scales.
My priests are socks. I can't start translating until I wear mismatched socks. It's superstition at this point. Matching pairs make me feel trapped.
My students would love that. They think my bow ties are a joke. What they don't know is I iron them every night, precisely 7 presses with the iron. Not 6, not 8, 7.
Why 7?
Because once I did it 6 times and the tie came loose during a lesson. The humiliation stuck. Now I obey the number.
You make obedience sound religious.
Aren't routines a religion of their own? Tiny faiths we invent so we can stand existing?
True. Mine gets weirder at night. Before bed, I line up my pens like soldiers. Black, blue, red. Angled diagonally. If one rolls out of place, I can't sleep.
Do you ever think about what these habits mean? Like, are we controlling chaos or just entertaining it?
Both. Maybe the habits are little negotiations with the universe. I'll do this absurd thing, and in return, you'll let me keep going.
I like that. My version is less poetic. I sniff my pillow before I sleep. Not because it smells good. Honestly, it smells like detergent and hair, but because it tells me it's still mine.
That's actually touching. The smell is proof of belonging.
Or proof I haven't been swapped in the night. My brain invents strange fears.
Oh, I get that. I tap the door handle 3 times before leaving home. Otherwise, I think something bad will happen.
How long have you done that?
Since I was 13, my grandmother once left the stove on, and I convinced myself my tapping could have prevented it if I'd started sooner.
That's heavy. My quirks feel lighter by comparison.
No, yours carry weight too. 7 presses, fish blessings, pillow sniffing, they're all ways of saying, I'm here and I matter.
Maybe. You know, the strangest part of my day is the walk to school. I always count the cracks in the pavement. Left foot avoids them, right foot embraces them. I've done it so long that I don't notice unless I break the rule. Then it's like alarm bells in my chest.
That's kind of beautiful. You're dancing with the ground.
And you're bargaining with socks.
Yes, but it makes me wonder, if someone filmed us for a week, they'd probably think we're unwell.
Or they'd see honesty. Because most people hide their rituals, right? Pretend they don't exist.
Right. We like to believe we're rational, but secretly we're ruled by invisible strings.
Speaking of strings, I hum the same 3 notes while brushing my teeth. Always.
Which notes?
E, F sharp, G. I don't even know why. If I try another sequence, the foam tastes wrong.
Foam with the soundtrack. That's original. Mine is stranger. I brush my teeth with my eyes closed. The mirror feels too judgmental in the mornings.
So you trust your mouth to memory? Brave.
Or foolish. Sometimes I miss a spot, but it feels freeing, like I'm brushing in the dark of a cave.
You know, it's funny. The more we describe these habits, the less strange they feel. They sound human.
Maybe that's the secret. What seems bizarre alone becomes ordinary once spoken.
Then maybe we should share them more often, not just the shiny parts of our routines, the gym, the emails, the coffee, but the rituals no one admits.
Yes, because those are the ones that really shape the day. The little prayers, the bargains, the anchors.
Anchors, yes. Without them, we drift.
Exactly.
So, tell me, Speaker One, what's the very last thing you do before sleep?
I whisper tomorrow's date out loud, as if naming it will guarantee I'll wake to see it.
That's haunting.
Maybe, but it comforts me. And you?
I write one sentence in my notebook, just one. Yesterday it was, the hallway smelled like chalk and rain. The day before, I hope I keep being enough.
That one feels raw.
It was, but the page accepted it, and then I slept.
Maybe that's what all our routines do. They accept us, our fears, our smallness, without judgment.
And let us try again tomorrow.
Exactly.